section back in place. But remember, even with her middle back where it belongs, the girl is still divided by the steel blades. Until now. There goes the top blade. Now to head downstairs for the bottom one. Time to check the damage. No marks on her face, but she doesn't seem too thrilled, so let's let her out. There she is, still in one magnificent piece and an equally magnificent two-piece. Now that's a great trick. So, how did the magician slice his beautiful assistant in 3 sections right before our very eyes, only to put her back in one stunning piece? The secret is also right before our eyes. When the magician slides the center section of the box to the side, we're not looking through the cabinet, we're looking at a mirror. There is a screen set up to the right of the box that is identical to the screen behind the box. The mirror creates an image that fills in the center of the box that is an exact duplicate of what we think is behind the box. So from the front, it appears that we are looking right through the box to the screen behind. When it appears that her middle is being dragged off to one side, it's actually staying in the same place, right behind the mirror. From behind, we see that there is just enough space for the girl to hide. But what about the sharp steel blades that were pushed into the box? They look solid, but they're really just flexible sheet metal. When the magician inserts the top blade, the girl inside the box is simply bending it down away from her torso. When he inserts blade number 2, the girl is gracefully bending it out of the way with her leg. See it coming down from behind the mirror? This allows her room to stick her foot out of the hole when the magician opens the little door. Now for the next secret. How does the center of her body appear to move to the side along with the center of the box? After all, we saw her left hand through the hole. That's all she was willing to show us. The cabinet has a secret trap door inside that gives the girl access to the hole. When the center section has been pulled out to the side, she reaches her left arm across her body through the secret panel and sticks her hand out of the hole. From the front, the illusion that the girl's midsection has been removed is pretty convincing. All the magician has to do now is reverse the process and let her come out for air. Much to her relief, and ours, another beautiful girl who stays that way, with the help of a mirror.
Next, the magician exposes the astonishing secrets to making a coin penetrate a sealed beverage can, and the ancient art of teleportation. Find out how it's done when magic's biggest secrets, finally revealed, returns.
Here's a small trick that anyone can master. The magician starts with empty hands and shows us an ordinary can of beer. It's still factory sealed and, judging by the generic brand, certainly nothing special. Next, he shows us an ordinary coin. Yes, it's true that beer once cost a nickel, but this trick doesn't date back quite that far. With the coin resting on his outstretched palm, the magician forces it through the bottom of the can, as if by magic. Go figure. Nothing in his hand. Yep, there's the rattle. It must be inside. The magician now breaks the seal and the beer begins to flow. He pours it into a glass, careful not to spill a drop of the suds. But where's the coin? Rattle, rattle, rattle. Must still be inside the empty can. And there it is. slightly smelling of brew, but still legal tender. A good trick that fools them every time. Now for the secret. The magician shows us that the can hasn't been altered in any way. Neither is the coin. So how does he pull off the trick? With a simple touch of sleight of hand. When the magician appears to force the coin through the bottom of the can, he simply allows it to rest inside the bottom lip. Meanwhile, he shows us that his hand is indeed empty. Next, he turns the can upright and the coin drops back into his palm where he can hide it from view. There it is, right where it began and ready for the next piece of business. He secretly manipulates the coin to his fingertips as he displays the sealed can and flips the tab. The foaming beer and his fingers provide the perfect cover as he drops the coin into the can. That is why you don't see the coin being dropped through the opening and sinking to the bottom of the can. He pours the beer as the audience waits in suspense for the coin to spill out. He stops just before it falls, so that he can dramatically shake the can one last time and pour the coin into his empty hand. A convincing trick that is simple, once you know the secret. The magician enters and shows us 3 identical steel structures. He wants us to watch carefully as he enters the first one. Next, he calls in one of his assistants. Where would he be without them? She walks around the structure and then joins him inside. But this isn't what it looks like. The girl grabs the magician's wrist and secures him with a length of rope. Another wrist and another line. Looks like the masked magician is going to be tied up for the evening. Nice job, young lady. She certainly knows the ropes. The other assistants join the party and close the doors in front of the magician and the doors to the other structure. The girl climbs into the center structure and prepares for something magical to happen. With a wave of her arms, she causes the 2 end structures to rise. Next, she lifts a sheet in front of herself. She raises it once, then twice. What's this? The magician has somehow escaped his bonds and taken her place. The doors to his structure open, but we already knew he wasn't in there. Now for the doors on the other structure. And there's the girl, teleported by magic. An amazing illusion. But you know there must be secrets.
Coming up, the masked magician will reveal the astounding secret behind his incredible teleportation. When magic's biggest secrets finally revealed returns.
So, how did the magician magically take the girl's place and make her reappear high above the stage in the empty structure? This illusion is full of secrets. The first one happens when the girl takes her walk behind the structure. Below the platform, we can see her legs as she walks by. This proves we can see there's nothing behind or below. This is a key to the illusion, and I'll tell you why in a minute. The magician's hands are tied. Once the doors are closed, the magician simply pulls down the ropes. They're attached to his wrists, but not to the structure. He quickly removes them and ducks down out of sight. Now remember seeing the assistant's legs beneath the platform? When she reached the corner, she tripped a line which released a black roller shade. This shade hid the magician's escape from the structure. As we're busy looking at the girl and her legs as she walks behind the middle structure, she trips another release and a shade springs into place behind it. This shade will help hide the magician until he's ready to make his appearance. When the girl first raises the sheet, he climbs up behind it. When it goes up all the way, he takes it from the girl and she jumps back down behind the platform. That's how they make the switch. Here it is from above. It's just that fast. The first structure is opened, and of course the magician is gone. But there's the issue with the other structure. How did the girl get all the way up there? The secret is that there are two girls. Not twins, but with the right wig and makeup, they are identical enough to fool the audience. When the structures are closed, the double is hiding in place, waiting to make her big appearance. The doors open, and she's a star. It's easy when you've got the right girls and know the secret.
Next time, the masked magician returns to reveal more of magic's biggest secrets.